Hello, and welcome to the City Street Financial Report training videos. This will be a series of videos that walk you through all of the steps for the City Street Finance Report. Each segment will have a different topic, and you are welcome to watch as many or as few segments as you choose. Some segments may contain information that is not applicable to your city. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Mary Beth Sprouse. I work in the Local Systems Bureau of the Iowa DOT. I am located in the Ames office, and you can reach me by phone at 515-239-1256. It may be easier to reach me by email at marybeth.sprouse@iowadot.us. I feel that it's important for you to have a good base in what the Street Finance Report is about and where the road use funds come from, so that you can adequately answer questions should they arise during a council meeting or from one of your local residents. This graph shows a picture of the funding for transportation in the state of Iowa. The Road Use Tax Fund is created in the state code by Chapter 312. It creates a fund within the state treasury specifically for road and road-related items. The revenue for this fund comes from the registration of motor vehicles, proceeds from motor fuel taxes, license and registrations, sales tax on vehicles, excise taxes on the rental of automobiles, and several other transportation-related sources. As you can see, there are many different ways that those funds are split up and expensed, with the city portion being just one small little piece of this big puzzle. The road use tax funds are distributed by percentage, and those percentages are set in the Iowa Code. The DOT is the primary road fund, and it gets 47.5%. Secondary roads, that's the money that goes to the counties, that is 25%. Farm to market roads, so those are the roads that take a commodity and take it to a distribution point. There's a set number of miles of those in the state, so if one needs to be added somewhere else, something has to be subtracted. So those farm to market roads receive 8% of the dollars, and the last 20% is called street construction, and that's what goes to the cities. Now, cities over 500 are receiving farm to market dollars as part of their regular monthly road use payment. Cities under 500, we're going to talk about them here in a little bit. Their road use funds are being automatically diverted to the county. Each city is receiving the amount that you're getting by population. The monthly payments that you receive fluctuate. That was evident with COVID. When people stopped driving, everybody stayed home. Gas prices went down. The fuel tax was greatly decreased. You saw that the income coming into the city was greatly impacted by that change. So you can see that as things are being collected, there's a little bit of a lag. Some of those revenue streams lag by a month, some lag by 3 months. Then they are turned around by the treasurer's office still considerably quickly and sent back out to all of the cities fairly timely so that you're getting them. And it's pretty accurate reflection of what's being collected at the time. The cities under 500 need to take your farm to market dollars out of your budget when you go to do your budget. Back in 2012, the state legislature decided that all cities under 500 shouldn't bear the burden of taking care of the farm to market roads. And so they changed that jurisdiction to the county. So all farm to market roads in cities under 500, their jurisdiction has been transferred to the county that they're in. And those dollars that go with those farm to market roads also get diverted to the county. Some cities do execute a 28E agreement to get those dollars back and do their own care for that farm to market road. Chapter 312 requires you to submit this report to the DOT annually, and it's required to have all revenues and expenses for the previous year having to do with streets and roads. It also specifies that you will detail out projects and equipment related to streets that the city had for the last fiscal year. It is due on December 1st, just like the other big reports. Yes, I know that's 3 on one day. My goal is to always release this report so that you can start working on it in mid-July. So it is due December 1st. It doesn't mean you can't turn it in early. You absolutely can turn it in. Following the December 1st due date, I will send out reminders to the cities that don't have them turned in. We'll also send out delinquent reminders on January 1st and February 1st. As of February 1st, I am required by state code to send a letter certified to the mayor of the city that has delinquent report, letting them know that they are in jeopardy of losing their road use funds. So don't get yourself into that boat. Or if there's some reason why you can't turn your report in, maybe we're still waiting on something strange with an audit. We've had all sorts of really odd situations happen. Let me know so that when I write the letter to the mayor that I have to send by code, I can say, I have been working with your city clerk. I know that we're going to get it turned in before the deadline. It doesn't just say, hey, I don't have your report yet and I have no idea what's going on. So keep me apprised of any situation that's going to make you be later than December 1st. The other thing that happens after December 1st is I send a list of delinquent reports to the treasurer's office, and they begin withholding road use payments. They will hold the December payment. They actually print them as checks and then hold on to those checks until the report is submitted. So if you submit late, they are going to send you your payments, but it's going to come by mail and it's going to say street construction on it. Please make sure if that happens in your city that you appropriately put a street construction check into the road use fund like you would any other automatically deposited EFT. So once you turn a report in, I can have the state treasurer release those checks. If you get to March 1st, then your funds may be forfeited back and all of the other cities get to split whatever you ended up giving back. March 1st, absolute have to have or you lose funds. So don't get to that March 1st date. We do these because the Federal Highway Administration requires that we turn in a report called the 536, and it is what makes us ask some really weird questions of all of you. It is the driving force behind why we do this report. However, especially with the new version of the report where I'm collecting more information in a better form, I am getting sources within the DOT, starting to want to look at those and look at what is being spent, how much debt's being paid off, all of those kind of things. Turning in the federal form keeps us eligible for federal grants. The 536 that I do gets combined with the information that comes in from the counties in Iowa, and that all gets sent into the Federal Highway Administration, who puts them all into a book. And that link right there, the fhwa.gov, would take you to the actual report itself that has all 50 states. As before, the Street Finance Report is an entirely web-based process. To log into the Street Finance Report, you must have an Enterprise A&A account. It's also sometimes called an Iowa ID. That account belongs to the state of Iowa, and it is used for a lot of other state report access. You need it for your annual finance report, the budget, or file an unemployment report. If you need help with your Enterprise A&A account or your Iowa ID, you may call the OCIO Help Desk. Their number is 800-532-1174. Your Iowa ID is a little sensitive about how many times you can log in with the wrong password. 3 wrong attempts will lock your account. The only way to unlock your account is to call that help desk. The help desk is manned 24 hours. However, the majority of staff is present between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So let's take a look further at the Iowa A&A account system for access to this report and the Street Finance Report itself. Let's get online. Join me for segment 2.